Yo, Lewis and everyone else, this is an injury help video for Lewis in which I'm going to try to give Lewis some tools to help him diagnose and rehab himself from knee pain, the patellar area. He sent me some bricks of text online, so we know all about his situation. I'm going to read through some of it and then try to give my best advice. So this is obviously helpful for Lewis, but for any of you guys who have knee injuries or injuries in general and want to get back on the court, then you should listen up to this. But I mean, for those of you guys who don't know my story, I was just injured for a really long time, and then I got my hands on some good resources, came out of injury, and was like, alright, I need to make a basketball channel now to reach and help people. And obviously I'm doing a lot of fun things. I mean, I'm working on my skills, but my athleticism continues to improve, and I have not had an injury, any kind of injury. All my chronic injuries disappeared, and I haven't had any kind of injury since. So like 2013 has been a good year. But let's take a look at Lewis's position. Lewis has played basketball. Let's improve the lighting a little bit. Lewis has played basketball for at least 10 years. He's 20 years old. 8 years ago, he had knee pain for 2 weeks. Went to the doctors. They said, come back if it still hurts in a month. So I carried on playing, and the pain did not go away and gradually became worse. Sound familiar to anyone? Sounds familiar to me from my own Achilles. Pain was around my tibial tuberosity, which is below the kneecap, and is normally associated with patellar tendonitis. I've been to numerous specialists and psychotherapists, and none of them can put a specific injury to what I have. We'll definitely be able to help you. I've tried resting for months and then trying to rehab on the bike, and it starts to feel sore the next few days. I had an MRI scan, so Lewis is serious. He's been a specialist, been to MRIs, had MRIs. He's really serious about basketball, and then no one can help. Basically, nothing is working. Had some irritated cartilage, but nothing else. The doctors I've seen have said to carry on, and it will go on its own. But I'm scared to go back earlier or go back to basketball. It's still sore after doing so little. At the worst point of this injury, I struggle to walk upstairs, get up off chairs, or sit down on anything, and also running, jumping caused pain. Do you think this was an overuse injury from continuing to play when I had pain? Or will this pain go away on its own? If not, I don't know what to do anymore, as everything I have been advised makes my knee feel sore in the tibial tuberosity. Is the soreness pain I'm feeling after biking for 10 minutes or so? Okay. First I'll say you're going to basically be responsible for diagnosing and rehabbing yourself. Wherever you can get information is good, but people are going to tell you things that are wrong too, and I might even tell you things that are wrong. So you're really going to have to think to conquer this thing. Think for yourself and absorb good information from various places. But the reason no one can diagnose it is, I mean, have they seen you, like if the physical therapist or doctor does not see how you move, they should not make any kind of diagnosis. This thing's constricting my neck, right? Like, what causes injury? It's our movements. You're injured from your movements. You're injured from, you have pain going up and down stairs, getting up and down and sitting and playing basketball. Are these doctors that are helping you, are they analyzing your movements on the court? Are they analyzing you going up and down stairs? Are they analyzing the way you sit down, stand up? If they're not, they cannot help you. They cannot diagnose you, because you need to diagnose yourself based on improving your movements, right? Like, what causes knee damage? Your movements are not good. Something, it could be going up and down stairs. It could be anything. You just have to pay attention to it and figure it out. I encourage you to study anatomy and study physics, and that doesn't mean getting textbooks, but just thinking about the way the body works and the way the body interacts with the ground. And I think that will help you out a lot, understanding kind of the way muscles work, and so forth. See some other things in here. But yeah, I mean, like, you should videotape yourself just doing basic movements once you have a better understanding of anatomy, and I think that will really help you because you can self-diagnose. I mean, yeah. See what else is going on here. Tried resting. Resting does not cause healing. Share a little bit of anatomy with you here. Like, healing is a cycle of inflammation, basically. lymph, white blood cells go in and they come out. So in order to pump lymph, the only way is through movement. So rest is not going to help you. Now, staying away from activities that you know cause you pain might be good, but rest itself, like, you want to keep it moving. If you can't play basketball for now while you figure it out, you got to do something else. It'll get better just from swimming, from going for walks, from doing various, but you have to move it or it's not going to heal. See what else is going. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you about my situation. I had Achilles pain for a couple of years, and I was like, all right, I need to move on from basketball or something, because I want to walk when I'm older. But I mean, I did a lot of things and listened to a lot of people, and none of them could really help me. And I started paying attention to my movements and realized I can improve the way I walk. I can improve the way I go up and down stairs. Even today, I made an adjustment to my gait. And in particular, my jump shot was aggravating my Achilles, and I made all these adjustments, and it's not a problem anymore. So, I mean, you might find that it's the way that you land from dunks, it's the way that you shoot, it's the way you go up and down stairs, etc. To take a look at other things Lewis is saying. Been resting and not playing basketball for a few months. Do you think I can go back to playing and try and change the way I do certain things? Jumping while playing. I think you should start with squatting, really, but I'll get to that. Do I need to rehab and try to ease back into it while improving my efficiency in my joints, such as my hips? Use the foam roll and massage stick. Good. Not sure which parts of the muscle are tight. If you don't know, use a baseball. It's really painful, but you get much deeper, and you'll know when you find a knot with a baseball where you won't for a foam roller. So I recommend a baseball. Or a lacrosse ball is usually what the people use. Lacrosse ball massage is really common. Don't appear to have valgus knee, which is good, but you should record yourself doing jump shots, because a lot of people do. Steph Curry, obviously, valgus knee, Kevin Durant, and others, and that is a cause of knee pain. Video looked at a really bad landing, so improve your landings. Definitely recommend doing rotational depth drops if you haven't seen my video on that. I mean, depth drops are a really common thing, but you should practice those. But practice it rotating as if you're coming down from a dunk or whatever. Like, get good at landing. That'll be worth serious money. Are tight calves an issue? Maybe. I mean, it's a systemic issue, so yeah, it's probably make improvements in a lot of issues. What kind of running technique do you suggest? I changed my running technique too. I was a big heel stomper. Like, I mean, I'm not going to give too much specific, but a lot of the thing to think about is evaluate all of your interactions with the ground, the way that you run. Like, I want it to be smooth is the main thing. I don't want it to create any noise, because noise is wasted, and energy is impact collision, which is absorbed into our body. So whatever way you're going to run to be light on your feet, and walk to be light on your feet, go up and down stairs to be light on your feet, and so forth. Videos on hip flexibility. Okay, so I mean, a lot of it, I don't know if you squat, but you should really get good at squatting, because that's the most fundamental motion. It's just your ability to lower your center of gravity and then raise it again. And you said that you had problem going up and down stairs and problems sitting and so forth. That indicates to me that you're not good at squatting. Squatting is just a good functional thing. It'll save you from injury, but a lot goes into that. A resource you should check out for sure on that is Kelly Starrett. If you go to my YouTube channel and look in the top right, I have him linked up there. Let me find this book. Where is this book? Becoming a Supple Leopard. I have a book by this guy. You don't need to get the book, but here it is. It's right here. You don't have to get the book, but you should check out what he does. He's like really, I mean, trains a lot of, Olympic athletes and so forth. And he's all about the squat, but basically, the squat is a specific kind of anatomy, and you need to learn a lot about the body to get good at it. Like realize that there's alternating joints. Every joint that alternates, every joint alternates with being a hinge and a ball and socket. For example, the ankle is a ball and socket, the knee is a hinge, the hips are a ball and socket, the low core is a hinge, the shoulders are a ball and socket, the elbows are a hinge, and so forth. So like, I mean, that will tell you a lot about squatting. You want to keep your knees hinging up and down, basically, although it's complicated. So, I mean, I hope that helps. I can't be the whole resource here, and even things that I tell you aren't necessarily right. But basically, I hope that gives you kind of the tools and the resources to diagnose and rehab yourself. But I'll definitely say it's not overuse and it's misuse. It's not something that's going to go away on its own. You're going to have to really strengthen your body, and with it, your athleticism will come up, and you're also going to find you should be able to come through this and improve your athleticism, and then maybe in a year you'll look back and think, what an idiot I was. I didn't know anything about anything, and I hope the best. Lewis, I hope you're the best.